Question 3. Throughout the construction of our music video, we have made 3 drafts, and at each stage we would get our audience feedback. For every draft, we would receive feedback from our peers as well as our teacher. This allowed new ideas and creativity from our peers, along with great influence and information on how to attain the best possible grade. This makes any feedback greatly important, as well as us deeply appreciating our audience as a valid source. Firstly, for our first draft, the main feedback was that we needed our performance shots, which would make our video flow a lot better. The reason for not adding these sections in our video yet was because we didn't stick to our filming schedule that we planned out. As our music video genre is pop, it is a key convention for them to have performance sections throughout. This is based upon and backed up from real media texts. Another key area we was told to focus on was the rapping part of the music video. This was because we didn't really allow enough time before filming for the performer to learn the lyrics well enough to lip sync without occurring mistakes. This caused further problems with post-production, as it was harder to sync up the clip with the soundtrack. Finally, we received an idea from our feedback to incorporate a green screen filming session. This would allow us the ability to adjust the background colours and make our piece more interesting and look like a more pop genre music video. On the other hand, it's not all negative feedback we received, as it stated that we used great use of the mise-en-scene, particularly with the shot where our main artist Ava was lip-syncing at her dressing table. We included a variety of makeup as well as an old vintage radio. This was incorporated as we decided on a vintage feel and theme to our music video. In the feedback for draft 2, we received feedback for our green screen, as although we changed the colour of the background, there were still shadows apparent as well as the green markings around our artists. The solution for this was that we had to change certain characteristics in our Ultra Key effect. This allowed a much more smoother and uncreased viewing for the audience. Another piece of feedback would be that the transition between our clip. We had to add effects and transitions. This allowed us to introduce the fade in and fade out transition, as well as being more precise with our cutting on the beat to the soundtrack. This is another convention. Some of the positive feedback we received for draft 2 was that the mise-en-scene was great, just like draft 1, as well as our performance sections, as they said it brought our music video all together and made it flow much easier. Now I will play our final music video and stop throughout to explain certain sections. These are our performance parts, which we filmed in a studio. In the studio there was different coloured flashing lights in there where we could use. We decided to utilise these. We used them because we decided it would look much better than adding tint effects at post-production, as well as saving a huge amount of time. As you can see, we used Facebook within our piece. In our initial video we had an over-the-shoulder shot looking at what was on the screen. But when viewing this clip back, we noticed that it was very hard to work out the image. Due to this, we decided on a screen capture of scrolling down to Facebook on the Facebook page until we saw the image. Here we have a over-the-shoulder shot which our artist is holding a Polaroid picture. This is incorporated as it follows our theme of vintage. As you can see, we have also inserted a small area of green screen in the Polaroid. This was produced through the use of the Ultra Key effect. as well as using timings to adjust the position of the image to match the movement of the Polaroid. This was effective and made our music video stand out, making it unique, but still giving away our concept of our main artist, Ava, fancying our rapper. Here is where we have used the fade-in transition. It allows us again to reveal our concept to the audience. As you may have noticed, that our mise-en-scene is very colourful, but particularly the pinks. This shows the very innocent and girly look. This follows other real media text to show that our artist is very happy, which is very conventional for any pop genre video. During these rapping parts, we have tried to make it more pop. This would be through the use of pinks and other vibrant colours, but at the same time break down the stereotypical view on a hard person rapper. As you can see at the ending part, we have used jump cuts, which allows us to insert more through the clip taking up less time, as well as only showing the audience the most important parts of that clip. From doing this, it stops the audience getting bored and disconnected from our video through viewing unnecessary fragments. If we had to do this project again, a small, minute area I would choose to improve would be that during our performance sections, the backup dancers were not wearing any vintage clothing, and which didn't flow well with our theme of vintage. Another area would be the sticking to our filming schedule, as this meant that we lost time in the post-production, as well as another chance to refilm any sections we didn't feel happy with.